Yo, yo. All right, my bad, one life. I had a little technical difficulties. I don't know why my internet went out like that. I guess because of the snow or whatever they got going on out there. But we are back in the building. I apologize, but we are back to business.
HoneyBook handles my proposals, contracts, payments, all on one platform. My clients can see my availability and book instantly.
What number did you have for car response?
The 313-585-8719.
And did you have any numbers for Ziya?
It was a funny looking area code. The area code was a 231.
Okay. I want to show you some messages from People's Exhibit 16 and ask you some questions about them, okay?
Okay.
You're in a may I approach?
Yes.
I'm going to direct you to messages on or about June 27th of 2023. Do you recall those messages? Did you send any of those messages to Jarvis bots?
No.
Okay. And do you know, I believe there's a phone number here that's highlighted. Whose phone number do you know that to be?
Jarvis Butts.
Okay. And you don't recall ever sending any of those messages?
No.
Okay. And now I want to direct you to messages from June 28th of 2023. How about any of these? Did you send any of these to Jarvis bots?
No.
What about any messages from July 2nd of 2023? Did you send any of those messages?
No.
All right, here we go. All right, we back, baby. Thank y'all for pulling back up. My bad. I don't know what happened, but we here, we rocking. Let's see what she got.
Now, you can sell this $5 spatula on Amazon and compete with thousands of other people trying to sell spatula.
What about messages from August 26th, 2023? Did you send any of those to Jarvis Butts?
I'm sorry, was the 26th?
August 26th.
No. These aren't my messages.
Did Jarvis Butts ever tell you that Ziya texted him to meet up on January 9th, 2024?
No.
Did you tell Jarvis Butts about not being able to locate Ziya on January 9th, 2024?
Yes.
Tell Jarvis Butts about, and tell me, how did you tell him that?
I called him. He
Hey,
didn't
what's up, Black
answer.
Butterfly?
I sent him a message asking him, have he seen Tuda, any whereabouts? And I said no Tuda, and he responded back. Oh,
I didn't
wow.
hear what you said, the last part.
Last part, I had, I texted him. Well, at first I called him. He didn't answer. The second time, I sent him a message, still no Tuda. He replied back, oh, wow.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
And just for record references, I'm showing her what's going to be proposed, People's Exhibit 48. Ms. Harris, those text messages that you just referenced, do you see those on this page?
Yes.
Okay. And so it's fair to say you stated to Mr. Butts, well, first of all, whose phone number is this at the top?
The phone number is my old telephone number,
Okay, and who is the phone number below that?
Jarvis Butts.
Okay. And is this, I guess, do these fairly and accurately represent these two messages? 3, 4, 6 messages sent between you and Mr. Butts on January 9th, 2024 through January 11th, 2024.
The first page is, yes, it's correct. Second page is correct. Yes.
Okay. And so in January 9th, like you had indicated before, you had stated that you told him that there was still no Tuda.
Correct.
Okay. And you said he responded, oh, wow.
Correct.
Okay. And on January 11th, was Ziya still missing?
Yes.
Okay. And did you ask Mr. Butts to do something?
At this point, I just asked that if she's going to read from the text message, just admit the exhibit.
I
An
can.
issue with moving to admit?
No, Judge.
Okay.
Do these fairly and accurately represent text messages between you and your phone to Jarvis and his phone between, well, they start back earlier, some from December 3rd, 2023 through January 21st of 2024? These fairly and accurately represent text messages between
Yes.
you and your phone to Mr. Butts and his phone?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I move for the admission of People's Proposed Exhibit 48. No, Judge.
Okay, they'll be admitted.
Thank you, Judge. So on January 11th, did you ask Mr. Butts to do something?
Yes.
And what is it that you asked him to do?
I asked him, can he share the missing flyer on his Facebook page?
Okay. And did you send him a copy of that missing flyer?
Yes.
Okay. And to backtrack just a little bit, on December 3rd, 2023, do you recall sending messages asking Mr. Butts if he needed Ziya for anything?
Yes, I do remember.
Okay. So do you remember this text on the first page of People's Exhibit 48?
File your taxes 100% free in the app if you didn't use us last year. Just file with TurboTax Do-It-Yourself by February 18th. All tax forms and tax situations. Make the switch to TurboTax.
Yes, I do remember this message.
Okay. And did you send that message?
Yes.
Okay. And what did the message say?
Tilla said, do you still need her to?
Okay. And do you know what is that referring to?
It was, Tilla had asked me to contact Jarvis and see if he still needed them to clean up.
Okay. And that would be to clean up his shop?
Yes.
Okay. And to fast forward, on January 21st of 2024, you sent some messages to Mr. Butts. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And can you read these last 3 messages?
These last 3 messages is, to be honest, these messages I seen into the inbox to you, I really don't know what to believe anymore. Stay away, Ramon, I mean it. The next message is, I don't know what to say, or Tilla is on. Says, this shit doesn't sit right with me. Call it what you want. I'm good, period. It says, this for life. Nigga, I thought about it, and you can pass it. And don't call me, no need to explain shit. I already see it.
Okay. So you were referencing some messages that you saw in Tada's inbox.
Correct.
Tell me, how did you see some messages? Well, first of all, where were these messages, where were they at?
The day of, Officer Gardner came to pick up Naziah's tablet. My mom asked me to put it on the charger. I put it on the charger. Officer Gardner, after that, Officer Gardner called and said she's on her way.
Without saying what.
Okay, I'm sorry. The officer had called and said that they was on their way to come
Still
pick up
hearsay.
the tablet.
Okay,
Okay. So,
sustained as far as hearsay.
yes, thank you, Judge. Okay, continue.
So before the tablet was picked up, I looked inside Tilla's tablet. She has 2 passwords that I normally know. So one of them is referenced for her brother's birthday, and the other one is referenced from my password. So I put the first password in, it didn't work. So I put the second password in. So the first thing I went to was Instagram, which I was scrolling. And I seen Jarvis Butt's Instagram page. I clicked on his page and I seen 2 messages.
Okay, and what were the messages that you saw? Well, who were they between, first of all?
Naziah, my niece, and Jarvis.
Okay, and what were the messages that you seen?
It was roughly 2 messages that I have seen that I can recall. States,
I'm gonna object to this as hearsay. They have not been admitted, and the messages themselves would be the evidence.
Were they of any, were the messages of a sexual nature?
no,
Okay, and you said you saw 2 messages.
yes.
Okay, did you see anything else?
It was two sent pictures, but you can't really make anything out. There wasn't nothing there, but the picture was sent.
Okay. What did seeing those messages, what did they cause you to do?
Well, when I see no messages, I called him
Who's that?
and Jarvis Butts.
Okay.
Called him while he was at work, asked him, what is these messages I seen between you and my niece? And he said, what messages? Said there's 2 particular messages that states out and there's a picture. And he stated that, I don't know, these messages, I told him what the messages were, and he said it was probably our children was messaging him. And I stated no, because I know how our children will text.
Okay. And reading those messages, is that what caused you to text
Mr. Butts, yes,
Mr. Butts, in that you've seen the messages in the inbox, and you don't really know what to believe anymore?
correct.
One second, George.
Paying for car insurance is basically legal exploitation, but there could be a way out. There's this website called Finance Buzz. It cuts out the human insurance agent, meaning you don't pay for their commission on your policy. That means you could get coverage for as low as $68 per month. That's it. Just enter your year, make it.
All right, real quick. Who was it said that? Blessed and anointed. You saw it on the YouTube channel. I went to the main channel and watched part 2 of the video we watched last night. Can't cover it for it. Have y'all seen part 2 of the video? Let me see.
So, Shannon, I want to take you back to January 9th. Were you home that day?
Yes,
Okay. And did you see Ziya that day?
my senior did, that morning, correct.
Okay. And do you remember what she was wearing at all?
Her coat and her uniform at the time, she had on some blue jeans. I don't really recall the outfit. I just know the coat she had on.
And what was the coat that she had on?
She had on, it was a 90s coat with all the characters on it.
Okay. And you recall seeing her wearing that the morning of January 9th?
Correct.
And Your Honor, may I approach people's already exhibit 2?
Yes.
I'm going to show you people's exhibit 2. Can you tell me, do you recognize a coat in this photo?
Yes,
And whose coat do you recognize that to be?
Ziya's.
Okay. Now, after you were, when you saw Ziya that morning, what did you do the rest of the morning?
Nothing, I was at home with my mom and my 2 children.
And do you ever leave the house at any point that day?
No, I was at the house the whole entire day.
And do you know what time Ziya would normally get home from school?
On certain days, she will stay for after school, and then on certain days she will come home. The days she will stay for after school is 6, and the days that she don't is at 3 o'clock.
Okay. And on January 9th, do you know if Ziya had the after-school program?
Yes. At that time, my mom took her out of the after-school program, so she will come home directly after.
Okay. And were you home at 3 o'clock?
Yes.
And did you see Ziya come home?
No.
Okay. And did you see her come home at all the rest of the night?
No.
Did you leave at any point after 3 o'clock?
No.
Okay.
No offense, but if you're paying more than $30 per month on car insurance, you're getting ripped off. Guys, so everyone is
relationship like that. You know, people make mistakes. That's about it. Trying to stay alive.
Okay, so this is her father talking. This what y'all talking about right here, the dad talking. Hold on, this is the dad talking. Have y'all heard this? Y'all hit that like button. Matter of fact, I keep telling y'all hit that cash out so I can do a giveaway, man. Y'all give me some lunch today. I'm gonna do a giveaway on this Sunday, man. While we get caught up, do a little something. Y'all hit that cash out, though, get your boy some lunch today, man. But yeah, okay, so this is the father. I thought the father was unalive. That's what I thought they had said at one point. But let's check it out. Let's see what the dad say. Let's see what the dad got to say.
See, his screen is froze. We're having some
Oh,
tech.
oh no, turn that off. Turn that off.
All right, can y'all hear me?
We can hear you. This is interesting now. Why everybody been talking about the daddy was unalive? Wait a minute. Didn't they say the daddy? Okay, but they did say they don't know who she was pregnant with at the time that she had been to the mother.
So look, man, I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have him call in, y'all. Let me just end this and text him and have him call in right quick. Let me disconnect this.
So why they get that together?
Give me
Okay,
1
so,
second, y'all. I'm
yeah,
just
I
gonna have
don't know
him
why
call in
everybody
the
had
phone
been
line
talking
because
about the
we be
man was
on here.
unalive.
Y'all, I'm doing all of this technical shit. Hold on.
We finna find out.
Just
We
call
finna know
in
what's going on.
313-723-0481.
They go to daddy right here. Allegedly. We finna find out. I told y'all.
What's up, bro? I just disconnected it. Just call in the phone line. We ain't gonna do the video chat because you're having too much technical difficulties with that. You heard me? All right.
To my heart.
Going on in regards to the situation. So what did you know or what didn't you know as far as what's going on?
So like I was and I got a really, really bad heart. Operates at 5%. So I was in a hospital when the police contacted me. And so it took me by surprise. So they asked if they could give the grandmother the number. I'm like, yeah, because, we had lost contact. So they gave her the number. So I continued talking to the police. Everything, like she said, everything that this woman has said, it's been like in a common way. Like, she's a straight A student. She sent me pictures of, like young pictures, like to where in my mind, I'm like, okay, my baby's still okay, So with Ziya and Ziya mom, just briefly, okay, we had made an agreement when she was born that the grandmother would take care of her. Now, the grandmother needed full rights to be able to provide full care, So we both signed over our rights to the grandmother. I put myself on child support. Now, once you did that, I put myself on child support. I was still going over their birthdays, taking clothes, everything. When I had this procedure done to my heart, I didn't have a phone for a while because I was in the hospital. They put a defibrillator pacemaker in. I had to go to rehab to work, so I lost contact. When I got out of there, they had moved, so I couldn't get in contact with them. Now, forward 3 or 4, maybe 5 years later to now, however much time that was, now my daughter's missing, and that's when the police came down.
Okay.
So that's briefly.
Okay. Now, I want to say, without, I don't mean no disrespect by it, but without getting into too much your business, your personal business, I guess as deep as you want to go, why was it that you felt like you needed to give your rights up to her as opposed to raising her yourself if you knew that the mother was in whatever condition that she was in where she couldn't take care of her? Why didn't you take her?
All right. So, I made a decision, for one, without my wife knowing. See, I'm married, so I made a decision without my wife knowing, and her name is Chantel. Tail knew my position where I was in because we had worked together, and we had told the grandmother, the situation. So, and I know people are gonna go ham or whatever, but I tried to be as responsible as my mind at that time could take. And, I didn't run. Everybody want to say something. Go get them other guys that ain't taking care of this and ain't taking care of that. I took care of it. So, it was only because at that time, in my mind, I was trying to protect my wife's feelings without her even knowing.
So when you say you made a
So,
decision without your wife knowing, the decision was to give up custody of your daughter, or was it what was the decision?
to sign the rights over so the grandmother can do full, so she'll be able to provide anything that she needed as far as funding, state, whatever she might need.
So you made that decision
And
without your wife.
Chantel,
So do you feel like had you told your
without
wife
my
the
wife.
situation, she would have what? Maybe convinced you to take her, or convinced you to do what
You know
did?
what? Now, when all this happened just now, I even apologized to my wife because I took away my wife's ability to, have her own feelings for the situation, and I knew that, and I had to have that conversation again with my wife. Now, had I not done what I done, I know for sure this situation wouldn't have happened, and it's tearing me apart because she would have had the two homes to go to and come to, and a lot of stuff. But my background growing up, it wasn't. I mean, I think it's still, you got to understand, everybody don't make right decisions. Everybody just hear the story. Oh, he should have done this. I'm pretty sure you should have done some things too. Now, I'm just being upfront and truthful about what happened at that time. That's all I'm doing.
Right.
And if somebody want to ask, fine, but I still don't want to get away from me putting the information out here that I do know.
Okay, right.
For the main reason we're here.
Yeah, most definitely.
But I do think people deserve a background like, where's this guy been, or what's
and that's what that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, who are you? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people it seem to be forming an opinion, not knowing whatever the situation may be. So I was just trying to give you a platform to speak your piece and say what you had to say as far as how you felt about the situation, and as well as about what as far as going on, as far as I guess the the conditions of the family that she was living in, and all of that. So I mean, what beyond what I just asked you would you like people to know about the situation, whether it be like I said, about the family or you, or what do you want the people to know?
I mean, I would take any questions if somebody want to ask, but as far as if we are moving forward to the grandmother of Naziah, I'm gonna move right forward.
Okay,
so,
now before we do that though, I do see one question that I want to address. Now somebody asked, so did you cheat on your wife? Okay, and conceive Nevaeh?
Yeah, obviously, yep. That is what it would be. Yeah, that is what it would be.
So you
that
did
was
that to basically
what
protect
had
her
happened.
from knowing about her and gave her up to the grandmother. So at what point did she find out about your daughter?
So, for one, when you put yourself on child support, they come out. I didn't know that. So they came out, and I came home from work one day, and I had to have a total conversation with my wife. And what had happened had been done already, and that's how my wife found out, and I had to deal with it, and I had to deal with it.
So now, one thing that was in the back of my mind, as I was learning the history from some of the family of Lady, I guess that's her name, that's what y'all call her or whatnot. And her
I
history.
call her Chantel.
Okay,
I
Chantel.
call her Taylor Chantel. Yeah.
Chantel Lay. I didn't know. I couldn't remember
Mhm.
her first name. Like what was she like when you were with her? If you could give us a window
So
into that.
we worked. Yep, we worked together. You know, we redid homes, and you know, she was really good at painting, drywall, and things like that. So I don't know if I was arguing at home or, you know, and I used to drink heavily, smoke weed and drink all day back then, and was probably led to some of my conditions. So intoxicated, she was like a real cool person, like to work with, you know, and I guess, you know, under influence, one thing led to another, and the situation had happened. But Chantel was dibbling, dabbling with drugs back then. I believe it was like coke. I think it was cocaine. You know, she didn't do no pipes. I think it was just cocaine. But
did you
you
ever use
know,
it with her?
move with that.
You ever used it with her?
Oh no, I don't. No,
Okay.
no, I don't. No, no, I ain't even that type of cat. So, and you know, Chantel was, you know, bisexual. So, you know, it was kind of like almost like a party lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what it was. Now, you know, as far as when I talk to the grandmother, this situation has gotten a lot worse. You know, now, Chantel, Chantel had a son before Ziah. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, I think, and you know what? From the podcast, I don't know if I heard right, but Chantel might even be adopted to her mother. I don't even know. You know, now these are things that I did not know. I just did not know. You know, so, and then the other two kids, they like, because they said they all ran away when they were younger. You know, so this is what I'm saying. All this stuff, I didn't even know. There was no communication or relationship like that. You know, people make mistakes. People do things and they make mistakes, and you go on with your life. You know, and at that time, you do damage, and you have to learn and you grow, and you just have to keep going through life. And you know, that's basically, you know, and that's what it was. That's what it is.
Okay, one more thing that was on my mind to ask you before you get into your comments about the grandmother and whatnot. Like, so since you cheated on your wife and had Nevaeh, and you kept that secret from her to protect her, once you find out, she didn't say bring the baby home. Like, what was that? That was never a conversation as far as you know, after she found out.
Yep, it was always a conversation. It was always a conversation. That was one of the main reasons I was taking bikes, clothes, whatever that baby wanted over there. And that's, you know.
That's the reason why you was taking things over there, because y'all was having conversations about bringing her.
We were trying, so to get, you know, to still be in the baby's life.
Okay,
you know,
still be involved.
When you make a decision, you just can't just automatically change it. Like, no, right. Yeah. You just don't do that. So you show you could be there, and you show you could be responsible. And that's what I was doing. I was showing I could be responsible. I kept up my child support payments. To this day, they're still going. And and so and that's what it is. My wife is a very supportive person, you know, and it's nothing that it was nothing on her. And none of this is on my wife at all. She's a beautiful, supporting person, and that's what it is about her, you know.
Dig it. Okay, so I guess with that being said, you can go forward with whatever the details is that you want to share about the family or the grandmother, the situation, or your whole view this situation right now.
Okay. So it's like when I was in the hospital and she was queuing me in on everything, she was telling me like the baby never ran away. This has never happened before, and she was seen running with some kids. So, we're going to find her and we're going to bring her home. And, now my family's asking like, well, are they going to do a police conference? And I'm like, well, Mama said they were going to do a police conference. They're trying to schedule. It's going to be on this day. Now, mind you, this is like around the 9th or whatever. I believe it was the 9th. When we was having these conversations. And I'm like, okay, so it was just kept on like, we were going to do this. We're going to do this. She even said Chantel came down from Ohio to help pass out flyers. And when she had gotten there, I said, we was talking. I said, well, how's Tail doing? She said she's not doing too good about it. And I said, oh, okay. And I left it at that, because, I know what type of state Telly be in. So I left it at that. But she was helping look for, as far as I know, they was passing out flyers looking. So as time goes on, it's just a whole bunch of, like, I would call Mama, and I didn't want to bother her, but she was always be like, I'm tired, and yeah, maybe, and she's always like she seemed like the perfect grandmother. Well, I used to go over there. Everything the house was immaculate. She was always working, trying to do something. The baby was happy, cooking, things like that. It was never and she's a God-fearing woman. So, it was always like a good vibe. So I respected her with a good vibe. You know what I'm saying? So, if she told me something, I really believed it. I would have never thought it would be so much shady stuff coming from her direction, And then it's they got twins. She has twins, they used to live with her, And so now, I guess one of them don't, one of them do. I don't know. I just know that's the part of the family that I know.
So basically, you're saying all of that to say that the picture was painted perfectly in your eyes, and it looked like nothing was going wrong, or nothing was ever wrong in the situation.
Ever wrong.
And when
right.
This particular situation came about, they're telling you that this is something that never happened, and they weren't worried about it as if they was expecting her to come back home anytime soon.
Right. No, correct. Now I want to say this. Now at this time they were dealing with DPS, that's the Detroit school system police, right? So she had even explained that to me. So eventually when I got out, I didn't want to keep talking to her, but I wanted more information, so I got out of the hospital. I wasn't even supposed to be walking. I'm on a medicine that keeps my heart pumping. I wasn't even supposed to be walking. I got nurses calling me because they was concerned because of police. And I'm out there, me, my wife passing out flyers, my sister, my son, my nephew, we out here passing out flyers. And I would stop over at Mom's house and try to get, direction of where I should go, what's going on. And she would just come out. She said, oh, yeah, we out passing them out earlier. And this and that. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to do this. We out there day and night. But every time we went, they were in the house. And then the twins, like, I know them. They never came out the house. So I feel like, what's going on over here? So one day I went over there, or I was having a conversation with the grandmother. She said, I don't know why everybody want to ask where, like, Chantel got an older son. I think he's around 70, 18 now. They want to talk to him. I don't know why the police want to talk to him. He ain't got nothing to do with it. You see what I'm saying? It's just her attitude started changing.
Okay, so now you're saying that, right, basically you're saying all of that to say that, you notice red flags about certain situations, and you probe them and ask them about it, and they act suspiciously, I guess to say, for lack of a better way to
Correct.
explain it.
Right. Now, when we was trying, I said, Mama, and after a while, I'm like, Mama, we done put these flyers up. All the kids that we talking to, they're saying they know her, but they ain't seen her in 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm like, well, that's about when the thing happened. It ain't nobody seeing her, but Mama telling me they seeing her running up and down the street. And I'm trying to keep calm. Now, after we go through, and I'm going to jump right back, DPS and the Detroit Police Department, they do have a certain procedure and protocol on how they do things. If it's a runaway, I think they treat the situation different than a missing person. I don't know. Now that all this came out, I think she was reported as a runaway. And I think that was set up like that. I really do. I really do think it was set up like a runaway for time purposes. And I'm simply saying that because I asked Grandma, I said, now look, Ma, I just want to ask a few more questions. Let me tell you this. Now, we was talking, and she had told me the summertime, oh yeah, she's a straight A student. She even went to the summer school classes and everything. So they had said that I pulled up, well, a guy was at the school in a pickup truck, and Ziyah had went out there to the pickup truck. And the principal had supposedly went out there and said, who are you talking to who was that? Ziyah turned around and said, this is my dad. So the lady was like, yo, dad. So when she started walking towards her, they said the guy pulled off. So the Ziyah came back in. So I said, well, Ma, I didn't know where y'all lived at. She was like, yeah, because we moved. I said, well, ain't nobody called me. She was like, well, we tried to call, the number didn't go through. I said, Mama, I was in the hospital so long, I don't even know where that phone was. I said, and if anything, what happened, I will call you. She was like, I know, you're very respectful. So I'm not thinking of the conversation. So we still talking. I said, well, what did she say? She said she asked her, who was that? She said, she looked at her and said, that's my daddy, Nana. And she was like, that is not your dad. And this, that. So I think she said she started crying or whatever. And she said, we'll deal with this later. So I'm like, okay. So now going back real quick. Now, mind I told you when we got out, we was passing out flyers. I would go over there and ask her what area should I go in. She was like, well, go down there to Chatsworth, on Chatsworth. So I guess the back of the school sits on Chatsworth. I said, well, Ma, why would I go down there on Chatsworth? She was like, because that's when Ziyah walked through the field and met with that guy at the truck. I said, so she walked through the back of the school, Ma, and walked through the field? I'm trying to figure out. She was like,
you say all of that to say that they
the
knew that
changed.
she was possibly dealing with somebody out of her age range and was not doing nothing about it?
Now, I'm about to tell you some more stuff. I just wanted to give you that scenario. Now, Ziyah is smart, okay? If that was the case, I believe she was covering up for somebody. He didn't want them to get exposed. Now, as I listen to your podcast,
that's over age,
that she knows. Yep, that she knows. And they not her age. Now that I listen to your story, and it's like this guy who's one of the twins' boyfriends. You see what I'm saying? And this guy's supposed to have all this sexual misconduct junk and all this nasty stuff. Okay, red flag.
Dude?
Yeah, I believe that's him. I believe it's him. Because I don't know none of this. I don't, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to say it's this guy, but I believe it's him. I just heard about this yesterday. So now before all this, me and Mom was having a conversation. I said, well, Mom, how did you manage? She said, well, I think Shan, one of the twins, her man would pick up the kids, from school sometimes, take them up to his shop, and they would clean up and work up there, and she would go pick them up. So I'm thinking like, well, maybe this is the guy she was protecting. This before I even know this guy was a pedophile. So, you know, I'm like, okay, Ma, you know, we need to look into that. She was like, no, because he ain't with her no more, you know, or whatever that she might have said, you know. So I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, like, okay. But now I listen to your podcast and I'm putting two to two together. So your podcast, I listened to that last night, right?
Right.
That night I texted the grandmother. I said, oh my God, I can't believe you. I said, twin, you know, like this shit really hurt. I said, y'all sick over there. I said, 7 kids, like 5 with this guy, 7. You know what I'm saying? But I asked Mama before I sent them texts, who is Jarvis? You know, this woman sat up there, act like she ain't know who he was, and then was like, that's him, boyfriend. I said, well, is that the one that got in custody? She was like, look, her voice got real uppity then. She was like, look, I'm not saying nothing. The police say people gonna say things. When you get out here, they're gonna, and don't believe them until they come back and tell you what's what. But I've been asking you the truth about these situations, and you haven't been truthful not once. You know what I'm saying? Now she go back and tell the police, my daughter has been running away. But you tell me she has never done it before. I mean, it's so many things that's not added up.
I mean, and that's the thing that I'm hearing from a lot of people as far as, and I'm not here to throw nobody under the bus. I'm just discussing the things that I've heard and the things that I see. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are saying that the story from the story from the person that it's coming from is switching up, like, you know, left and right, up and down. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And then, so when I'm given the information that I'm heard, it may, I mean, that I'm being told, it may sound like my shit is up, down, left, and right. You know what I mean? But
right, but I mean, coming from the grandmother, man, this should be on point. Period.
And I
I'm
gonna say this. You know, I actually obtained a contact number for the grandmother, and I called her not long ago, less than 2 hours ago. And I reached out to her, you know, respectfully, and said, you know, I'm Mark D from Selmar Radio. I'm a citizen journalist. I have an independent media outlet, and you know, I've been kind of covering the story over the last couple of days, and I wanted to reach out to you to see if you wanted to have a conversation and share your piece on what's going on. You know, I mean, I'm unbiased. I'm not the police. I'm not.
Shouts out to Erica.
You know, I'm a citizen.
I was just finna say thank you, Miss Erica. Thank you. I appreciate that. Shouts out to Erica, y'all.
Her platform to you know, to speak, and you know, to me personally, she sounded a little, I don't know if it was worried, disgruntled.
Hold on, let me stop for a second.
To speak and got off.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm right here. I'm listening. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I stop it like that. But I'm definitely right here and I'm listening. Now listen, thank you so much. If y'all want to help get me lunch today, man, y'all please hit the cash out. Y'all look out for your boy today, man. Give me some lunch today. So I'm trying to hang out here, man, and kick it so we can get some things accomplished. But yeah, y'all hit the cash out for me if y'all got a chance, if y'all have a chance, if not. But look, the reason why this is important is because look, y'all got to pay attention. He the only one that really got a chance to hear from the father. The father just told us a lot. You feel me? Nobody knew anything. The father even said he had to put it together. And mind you, he did this interview like about 2 months after Naziah went missing. So the father is looking at it like, okay, and I'm assuming that the father cheated on his wife or something, or he had something going on, but he was still trying to. I ain't even gonna lash out. I ain't married and stuff, but I goddamn had a little boy, and I be having to take care of him. And then my other kid, mom, they go to tripping. Then I got, you know what I'm saying? So I can kind of see him trying to just do what he can for this child. but at the same time, not really trying to discuss it with his wife, because you know how women can hold that type of stuff over your head, and you know what I'm saying. She was with the grandmama because he said that I think he had a heart. Nah, wait a minute. I don't know. I forgot why he said initially. He was just trying to give them what they needed. Oh, they signed over their rights. They signed over their rights and stuff because I think the mama had the situation going on where she, you know, had gotten herself in a bad situation, how he put it. And so he signed the rights over so that the grandmama pretty much played them and was like, yeah, I'm gonna take her and I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. But the grandmama, they end up giving up their rights. And then the grandmama end up getting her, but not taken care of. Shouted, I heard these folks keep a lock on their refrigerator, shouted. They say the grandmama them, they keep locks and chains on the refrigerator so that the kids can't eat and all kind of stuff. But so that's how she ended up over there with him. Now he said that he would, you know what I'm saying, get her clothes and do stuff like that. He said he did what he could for Ziya, but he didn't know that she was going through all this other stuff. Right? That's what I'm saying. And I got to go back and listen to it some more. But yo, he's saying a lot. He's saying a lot. Even when he said he was going down there trying to find her and they weren't even participating. They wouldn't even pass out the flyers. They wouldn't do nothing. He said he had to call over there after he found out about 7 other kids. He said he called down there and said, y'all sick. The daddy didn't know. Now, I'm just going off what he said. The daddy didn't even know his daughter was going through this. I'm just going off of what he said. Now, I got to listen to him some more, but this is what he's saying. And again, this is the only person that really has an interview with the dad. So this is our only chance to get to hear from the father. I'm glad I get to hear with y'all one life. Thank you so much. Y'all hit that cash out for me, get your boy some lunch. Okay, about that time. But I am glad that I get to hear this with y'all, because I think a lot of us thought that I thought the dad I get it now, but I thought that he had like been alive since she was little type stuff, you know. Yeah, she felt like that he was gonna protect her. She felt like he loved her. She didn't really know she didn't know any better, man. She didn't know no better. And that's what makes it so messed up, man. It wasn't even really nobody for her to tell it to, man. And then her dad, yeah, I'm trying to give me some Zaxby's. You gonna give me some Zaxby's Black Butterfly? Y'all give me some Zaxby's. That's how you know Black Butterfly been with me a long time. I am. They're my cash out down there, man. Y'all give me some Zaxby's. Yeah. But this is so crazy though, right? The daddy had a heart condition towards the end here. Mind you, God. The mama, the auntie, they all involved. That's why the daddy said he called over there and said, y'all sick. And the father, you know, mind you, the whole time, they hiding it from the father. You feel me? Zaxby's, y'all gonna give me some Zaxby's. Y'all start some Zaxby's. Y'all know I'm gonna do a little giveaway, man, show y'all my appreciation. Y'all know I'm gonna do something, show y'all my appreciation. But I'm trying to stay on here. I know I can get off, but if I get off and go order some, you feel me? We're gonna lose the momentum. It's gonna be 2-3 days. You feel me? The one by me is up and running. Well, it's been open for 10 years. But yeah, but listen, you know, a lot of the time, and I'm just having a conversation with you. A lot of the times, female women see father and mother relationships are important. Like, that's without a doubt. But I think sometimes females are scared to tell their dads certain things because they may feel like they dad gonna unalive this person, they dad don't play. They may even feel like they dad, and I'm not saying that's the case, but sometimes they may feel like people are gonna blame them. You feel me? So it's hard for them to go to a male figure. And she didn't have a mother figure. But I say that because it seems like over the time, the grandmama, the mom, all these women, all these crazy women, Because I'm not really seeing any men other than this sicko that did this, like even around, you know. So when you see this, right now, it's like they're all hiding it from the dad. The dad, you know what I'm saying? He thinking that she okay, you know, stuff is going normal. She ain't said nothing to me, but at the same time, what I heard Buddy ask him a question, but I don't remember his answer when he said, you know, would she have made you get your child? Is that the reason why you kept it from her? I can't remember what he said, but it's almost like, do you bring your? I mean, I don't know the answer to this, you know, because you don't want to be selfish. But if you a father and you passing away, you in a condition where you can't take care of yourself, you know your heart going bad and you dying. Do you bring a child into that situation? I mean, because then he already had signed his rights over. So it's like he really didn't have a fight in him to go back through the court system, maybe not even the funding or the knowledge, and let alone the help. And we definitely, from what he's saying, he definitely didn't know his daughter was going through this stuff. Now that's what he say. Again, I feel like that relationship with your daughter, your son, is very important. If anything, if my daughter going through anything, you feel me? She know to tell dad, you know. But also, and I know it's easier said than done, but you know, I try to monitor my kid, and you know, normally my kids don't even go nowhere. If they're not with me or their mom, they, you know what I'm saying, they good. They normally in the house, in their room, playing at school, you know, which is a problem. But I'm just saying, you know, you got to establish that relationship. And again, for whatever reason, he gave his daughter up when she was young, so they didn't have that connection. It's important you keep that connection from young. One of the things that I learned, I think my baby mom told me, you know, she said, a daughter first love is their dad. You know, a daughter first love is their dad. And it's up to the dad to keep that love and that relationship. And see, as a father, you want to hold on to that as long as you can. Because the time they get out there and think they love somebody else, they going to start treating daddy all mean and don't want to pick up your phone call, think you done got old and stuff. And you up every night worried about your kids making it home and stuff like that, getting on their nerves because you just love them. So that developed from young. But see, again, she didn't have nobody to teach her, then show her love, teach her right from wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? I hate that her dad going through what he was going through. And like I was seeing y'all say in the comments, you know, yeah, it was operating at 5%. I could see him going through this, and that's taking, you know, people die from a broken heart. You know what I'm saying? So I can definitely get it. To find out right in your last days that your daughter was going through this, I can only imagine, you know. Yeah. Now, you know, back in them old school days like that, a secret child wasn't really what is it, out the norm, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't lie back then. We do it now. We got kids everywhere. There ain't no secret no more. Someone might be a secret to you, but you know, but you know, I think like he was saying, you know, back then he didn't want that to get out, but he did try to do the best that he could, you know what I'm saying? And he thought that by giving up his rights, he was doing the right thing. He thought she was going into a good environment. He didn't know. Like he said, when he asked the mother about who was Jarvis Butts, she lied and said she didn't know. So I see where it's like a lot of people. Now you had the people that knew and you had the people that didn't know. And when you're talking about the father, dude that just got out, we just listened to, Mr. Jenkins, you can understand that, hey, he's not part of their family. He just was caught up in the midst, whatever. I don't know how he met her mama or whatever. Right. They got caught up in their family, but he didn't know nothing about their family. That's what he kept saying. He didn't know nothing about these folks. He didn't know. He had no idea. And I can believe that because you don't really deal with these people. You had a child with this lady, you try to keep it secret. You like, look, hey, Whatever we got to do, she ain't in her right capacity. So you gonna give it to your mama gonna take her. All right, well, look, I can go ahead, go on about my business, you know what I'm saying? But, and I mean, that just sound like that what it was. And she was getting the check. She was getting the money to take care of. But see, look, let's go back to this, though. Again, you got people who was allowing this. Now, from what my understanding is, it's supposed to be some more arrests that's made throughout this case. Now, that's just what goddamn word was, stuff like that. There's supposed to be some more arrests. But again, you got the mother. And like I say, you got people who was allowing this. I don't care where this sister go up there on the stand and say, like she said, that's my brother. You damn right that's your brother. And you know better. Y'all, and I'm not saying that every brother and sister act alike, but you gonna know if your brother or sister is weird as little. They gonna do some weird shit, and you gonna be like, the fuck was that? Why you do that? Hey, don't do that no more. Hey, man, look, hey, I'm finna tell you. Mama, your son, y'all know how kids going, tell. But then you got the auntie, but also he was messing with the sister. And I'm talking about the auntie and the sister. Then he was messing with the kids and the friends. Then they say he was even messing with the auntie, Shannon, them mama, I believe. But what I'm saying is, even with messing with all of these people, that's their one sector. Then you got the kid. Then you got them at the shop. This man had the audacity to sit his ass in, wait the fuck a minute. He had the audacity to sit his ass in this lady. First of all, he had the nerve to drive this little girl in this lady car. I believe they said, I know that man, the King said him and her was in the car together as they went to take that car to the house. You let this man come in your house with this little girl, sit her on your sofa and have a conversation. And I get it, even with him saying, oh, that's his niece. What the fuck she doing here? Don't you got school tomorrow? Why is she here? Why is she? I mean, and I understand that people are looking at the situation, but what I'm saying, knowing his history, and his friend got to know his history because y'all worked together, and then y'all went into business together. So it's like you see what they call pattern. You see him with kids often. You know his kids from not his kids. Do you hear him? Do you hear the kids say daddy, or do you hear them say Jarvis? The fuck? Y'all start acting like y'all sitting up there that goddamn shouts out to Shell, man. Shouts out to Shell, y'all. Thank you, Shell. Y'all want to help get me some Zaxby's, man. Y'all hit my cash out. We ain't made it there yet. You feel me? I appreciate everybody that's rocking with me. We're gonna get started some lunch today, y'all. You feel me? But I mean that, you know, if y'all want to. If y'all want to, I just want me some Zaxby's, y'all. So we sit up here and kick it. Uncle. Now, I never see in the messages she referred to him as baby and stuff. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know how she referred to him in public. With a grown man. Just like when the mama said, see, and that's what I was telling y'all yesterday. The mama the type that's like, oh, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be doing that in the house, Jarvis. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Because, you know, like I say, when the grandmama said that she went to sleep that night, she didn't call the police that night. It was the next day. Like they said, they went up there to the school. They did all that stuff. The auntie Shannon, them, who part of the problem, go up there to the school, tell the school, oh, well, I'm finna go to the police station. The school say, nah, wait your motherfucking ass right here. We'll call the police here. Wait right here. Don't you go nowhere. And you damn sure don't go nowhere. You damn sure don't take your motherfucking ass nowhere because we know about you. Sit down. Now, that's really how they got caught. Because if they'd have left out that school, ain't no telling where them folks would have went. Now, it's a day later, right? Because they already said that it was 24 hours after the fact. The grandmama said she went to sleep that night. You know why? Because it wasn't abnormal for this little girl to be running around with Jarvis old ass at 11, 12, 1 o'clock at night. That's why they pinged his phone back to that location 11, 12, 1 o'clock at night. And when nobody thinking nothing about him doing no wrong to this girl, because it was normal for her to be with him 11, 12, 1 o'clock at night. The girl had to sit there and beg this man, please, can you get me what she said, a plan B? Month and a half, 2 months later. All this stuff, it ain't right. And it don't make sense. Auntie could have did it. Why is the auntie throwing a birthday celebration, but you won't throw a candlelight visual for your mother, but you won't throw a candlelight visual for your niece? But you would throw this man a celebration, like that lady said, and got the nerve to invite people, and even more so, people got the nerve to show up. And we know they show up because she said that she found out about Shannon crying all day and night because of somebody who was there. He groomed out, but see, I believe he was groomed. I believe he was groomed from an uncle, a granddaddy, and I don't know why I keep thinking men. It could have been a woman that did it to him, but I definitely think that he was groomed. I definitely think he was tampered with, fondled with, and anything in between. I think they, man. But I think he was finishing up. I think he was finishing up. But again, that's why I wanted y'all to hear this, because like I say, this is the only chance that, and again, thank y'all One Life for pulling up, man. If y'all want to donate to me some Zaxby's, some lunch, go ahead right down there. Thank you. But I ain't going nowhere. But I was saying, I'm glad I get a chance to watch this with y'all. This is my first time hearing from the father. You feel me? So, the messages and all this stuff, I ain't trying to too much go into it, but I like this. This interview is very informative. Buddy's sitting on a lot of good information because he getting to hear from people that were speaking out right then. You feel me? People that spoke out right then, man. I'm glad that he thought it. See, I just spoke on it real quick as far as a new article. I'm glad that he took time to reach out to the family because, like I say, their brother ain't here today, man. He ain't here today to see no justice for his daughter, man. I believe the man died from a broken heart, man. Although he had heart conditions, the father never came around until he thought he was but the father was saying he didn't know that none of this was going on. The father, but I tell you what the father didn't do. He didn't unalive the mother when he found out that she was pregnant. Maybe even if it was with a child he didn't want. He didn't take the mama life that we know of. He didn't take the mama life. And that's one of the things, man. People say all the time, if you're not going to take care of the child, don't just abandon the child or don't get a child up for adoption. And in his opinion, in his thought, he thought he was making the right decision. He didn't know that he was giving it. Now, if he knew, that's a different story. But from what he's saying, he thought he was making the best decision because he knew he wasn't trying to be with their mama. But at the same time, he knew he wasn't trying to jeopardize whatever he had going on. It's just different on all levels. It's very deep. And in the end, we still got several victims that needs to be moved out of this situation. What about the young girls that's still there? Again, like I said, what about the 4-year-old? His 4-year-old? What about the 9-year-old, the 16-year-old? What about, I think she was 16. It's good that he locked up in jail right now, but they gonna be traumatized. Are they still dealing with a person that's around them? Is his sons next up? Is this the end of the nightmare? The grandmother adopted the what? The grandmom adopted the grandfather. Her birth mom and dad wasn't. The granddaughter. The grandmother adopted the granddaughter. Her birth mom and dad weren't in her life. The daddy, that's what we just got through listening to the daddy. The daddy said, I get, yeah. Let's finish over you, man.
The phone real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. She ain't trying to deal with none of this, man. I'm telling you. That's why I didn't even want to ask her questions, because her demeanor was off. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to respect her. She has always been, when you say grandmother, I'm talking like a respectable person. I don't even know what all this stuff, all the adoptions and all this stuff. It didn't even seem like that was in that category. It's like she's been adopted.
From what I hear, you know, the grandmother, and I don't know how true it is, right? But two other people was telling me they don't know how she ended up with not only your kids, but the other 7 kids that's under the age of 10 that's in the house right now, because she in fact lost her kids to CPS when they were younger. Her 5 kids, they all ran away or something like that. But that's just a story that I'm told. So
Right.
Evie TV, shouts out to Evie. Thank you, Evie.
But yeah, man, like I said, man,
Evie is so funny.
like I said,
Evie is funny.
How you feel,
Evie is so funny.
See, you know, how you was doing and give you a platform.
Hey, we almost at the goal, y'all. We almost at the goal, so I can get me some Zextis for the day. We almost at the goal. Well, okay, y'all go ahead. I'm here, y'all.
Give you an opportunity to speak and tell everybody what it is that you was going through in regards to all of this.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it, man, because, you know, when I do talk to police, you know, you only get you listen and you got to let them do their job. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate the Detroit Police Department. I do appreciate DPS, because when Detroit stepped in, bro, all this stuff started moving like clockwork. You know what I'm saying? When Detroit Police got the case, everything started moving like clockwork. I want to get like Tamara, to that police commissioner. She has been overly outstanding. Eric from the 300, my sister Kelly Stang, she has been networking, doing things, and I appreciate it. I mean, I'm talking about Eric called me from the 300, called me at night. We got to talking. He said, "Hold on, we talking to the deputy chief, trying to get answers through." I didn't even know they worked that night like that, you know. So, and I really do appreciate it, and I really do think if it wasn't misled, I think a lot of stuff could have been done a lot faster. I really do think the whole situation was misled, like she was a runaway, you know, and to cover up some real sick stuff that was already going on over in that house.
Yeah, that's kind of up the lane that
Okay, my bad, y'all can hear me. Look, did y'all hear what he just said? And that's deep. But he said they tried to make it seem like Naziah was a runaway, and that's not the case. They did that to try to cover up the sick stuff that they were doing. They was behind on evidence. But look, the sister did call Jarvis Butler and say that on Flesh Blood. Yes, he sure did. The sister called the police, but the great aunt was the one. She been calling Child Protective Services. She been calling police. Now the sister, we listened to her testimony yesterday, and some of the things she said concerned me. But for the most part, I don't have a reason to believe that she either she lying or she get. I don't know. I ain't gonna say she lying. I just don't feel like she's telling the whole truth. You feel me? And I don't know if it's because she holding stuff back or if it's she just, I don't know. But another thing that concerns me is everybody that they got up there to try to, everybody that they got up there that they question about anything pertaining to the Naziah and this guy, everybody only really talks about the jacket. Nobody really has any, like they were like, well, when you seen her, what? Everybody just be like, she had on a jacket. Well, I seen she had on the jacket. I seen she had on the jacket. But it's like, that's really the only thing that people are saying. But okay. And I guess I'm looking too far into it, which is what the trial is for. Because it's like I got answers that and as I'm thinking about it, it's like these answers probably gonna come out in trial, you know what I'm saying, when they present their case, which is gonna be like, okay, boom, this y'all question, we got this answer, this, that, and the third. But as I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it, I'm like, do the testimony, and I watched it, but it was like he wasn't really talking about what the sister was talking about. I'm talking about King, the business partner. Because my thing is, did his story match her story? Because if they at the shop and the girl is sitting in the car, King is sitting in the car, did they get to the shop? Like, who is the man she said pulled up and Jarvis came and said, hey, can you move your car? So it's another man that seen the kids up there. And that's what I'm saying. We know they couldn't have been his kids, because where did his kids end up going? Was you up there to pick your kids up? Wait a minute now. Oh, no, that was his sister. Your sister said she was up there to get her car looked at. The lady said, I thought you were getting your car worked on. She said, I ain't say getting my car worked on. I said getting it looked at. What the hell was you doing up there at that shop? You up here getting your car looked at for free. Because I'm saying she wasn't paying him to look at the car, was she? Right. But that's what I'm saying. Who is the other customer? Did they question him? And did he testify that he seen a girl up there too? Because again, if there were kids up there, where did the kids go? Are the kids being held hostage up there at that shop? What's the address of this shop? What's the name of this shop? Anybody know the name of this shop? The address of this shop? What's the name and address of this shop? It can't be up and running. Anybody know? Because at the end of the day, both of the owners are in jail. That's just like you go to Wendy's and both the owners are Wendy's. The owner and the CEO is in jail. That's corruption. There's something like that going on, y'all. What's the name of the shop, man? Y'all feel me? Because I'm trying to figure out, where is the kids that y'all talking about y'all be seeing sitting up here, y'all? Because these kids might be run away, but she might not be. She might just be caught up in the woo-woo. Who are these kids? Hey, get the sister back up here. Because you said you be going up there, you be seeing kids up there. Who the kids you be seeing up there? And if you can't tell me who the kids are, you ain't never once questioned this. And I'm talking about just period. We ain't even got to talk about the trial. I'm talking about out of any time you don't went up there. That's exactly what it sounds like. If every time you don't went up there, you don't seen kids, you ain't never questioned not nine times. You ain't think to look and say, look, do I know any of these? These your kids, Jarvis? I ain't never seen none of these kids. I know my auntie, cousins, them like, man, I don't even met with them, but I'm like, you got these one of your kids? These kids don't look like you. Where these kids come from? Anybody gonna ask you that? Anybody? That's what I'm saying, Eve. I understand that part, but it ain't no It ain't no proof that these his nieces and nephews, because ain't nobody came up there and said, yes, my child be hanging up here at the shop. Yeah, that's that's my son. And that's my cousin. Ain't nobody came up there and said my child had permission to be up there at that shop cleaning up, especially around no pedo. Now you show me one parent that said that, and you need to lock their ass up right now too. That's why I'm saying, what is going on? What kids were sitting there? And where did they go? Where did Naziah go? You said you seen kids sitting up there often. He said the same thing. You just as involved. You just as guilty. In my opinion.
You know, somebody else said, you know what I mean, as far as same thing that they said, man. So, but yeah, man, I'm gonna give you a break, sir. I'm not gonna keep you all night, man, and I'm gonna let let the call in line breathe a little bit.
So that's the end of that one right there. So now, like I say, we had a chance to hear from the father from how he wanted to explain it. We almost at my goal for my Zaxby's, y'all. Let's see if we can start some Zaxby's today, man. Y'all know how I do. I got the munchie, man. Hold on. I'm trying to stay on here so we can see this stuff. Hold on, y'all. This ain't the one.
And even conviction. I had highlighted in page, this is a quote, in this case, there was no physical evidence such as blood stains or a weapon leaking defendant to Joyce's death. In this case, we don't have the same facts or circumstances. I do agree, this is a circumstantial case, and circumstantial evidence is sufficient for a bind over and even conviction. Today is January 9th, 2025, exactly 1 year, from the day Ziya Harris disappeared. Before I get into the charges, and the main charge of premeditated first-degree murder, I have to speak on Ziya Harris and the community who failed her. And I am only presented with certain evidence. I don't know the whole story. The attorneys know more than me, the family knows more than me, but from what I have heard over the last 4 days and 5 days total, is that several people failed her. I don't know where her mother is. I don't know anything other than that she was forced to live in a home where she was not protected or given adequate attention.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Yeah. We can ride that out and see what else we hear on there, because he got a lot of stuff. So let's get that back up. Y'all hit that cash out for me so I give him some Zaxby's. We almost there, y'all. Bring it on in. Now, y'all know Zaxby's ain't that much now. I know ain't that much now. But yeah, let's finish watching that while we got dang up here hanging out, because we got some good stuff now. Okay.
Prepare to open up the phone lines for the grandmother's cousin.
Thursday, on one of these days.
And those same, that same, not those same, but the same thing has to happen, you know what I mean, on a whole another level when you have kids, you know what I'm saying? You got to make changes and sacrifices on a different level, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah, definitely. But what I'm saying is that people are always running their mouth If you, I'm out here in the open. Everybody that's saying stuff, and you put them out here in the open, there you will get bombarded too. Nobody's perfect.
Right.
You have to stay, just like the grandmother. She was a beautiful person. She has to stay under the word of God. Just like me, I need to stay under the word of God. You know, when you make that lifestyle change, it's a lifestyle change. You know, it ain't just for that moment. And then when you begin to walk and do those things, it's a lot of things you learn. You make your mistakes, you move on. I made my mistakes, and I'm still gonna make mistakes, but I'm not gonna stop. You know, I'm not gonna stop. I'm just not. I'm not gonna stop. And that's just what it is, man. It's just what it is. I have to keep going. I have to keep going. And I'm not saying going without this situation. I'm talking about as far as learning and growing. People are always going to have a comeback to anything you say.
Most definitely.
But you just got to keep on, you got to keep on going, man. You can't stop.
All right, brother, man. Like I said, man, I appreciate your time, man, and you know, getting your opinions and your view of this whole situation off your chest, man. As a lot of people had questions, like I said, as myself, wanted to know a couple of things, man. So I'm glad that you cleared it up as possible, as best as you possibly could from your angle, man. And you know, you, like I said, you go ahead and get some rest, man, because you know, I don't want to put no more stress on your brother than you already got.
Thanks, man.
And I'm like I said, open up the phone
Reach
lines.
back out, man.
Oh yeah,
Reach
man. I'm
back
definitely
out.
staying. Oh, come on, bro. I'm gonna stay in contact with you, man. And, check on you every once in a while and see what's up, man. And you know, because this definitely, like I said, kind of dear to my heart, because you know, I'm kind of going through a situation with CPS where I'm, you know, what I'm saying, fighting for my son on some different level type shit. So you know, what I mean, I just kind of feel for this whole situation right now. So, but
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, we gonna clear it out. And let's see what Kenya got to say, man. You enjoy your night and get some rest, man, and check out the rest of the broadcast if you choose to.
Yep, and then I'm gonna come back at you to see if you send out this post. We're gonna be out here searching for this week. We're gonna try to do a big push, like between Wednesday and Thursday. On one of these days, we're decent to where we could be comfortable, because I don't want to inconvenience nobody. And we got all the flyers, so if you want to come out and help, that'd be a blessing too.
All right.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all hit that cash, everybody. Get y'all buy something to eat. Get on DoorDash. I'm trying to speed it up though, so we can check out what they say what a kid call in.
What's going on? So this is a shock to just know that she knew about it. They all knew about it, covering up. They even had the children lie to the police about a situation and change their story so the children's mother wouldn't have to raise the kids on their own, and she was more worried about not having help with the kids and him going to jail. And just recently, from what I understand, she's going back and forth with another female about him on Facebook, about who man he belonged to, who's the main chick. They had that time, so I don't want to put that on my little cousin that she's not here any longer. Not press charges because grown that was going on over there. And I was going back and forth with the twins about it. Like, y'all got a whole child molester over there. What's going on? So this is a shock to just know that she knew about it. They all knew about it, covering up. They even had the children lie to the police about a situation and change their story so the children's mother wouldn't have to raise the kids on their own, and she was more worried about not having help with the kids and him going to jail. And just recently, from what I understand, she's going back and forth with another female about him on Facebook, about who man he belonged to, who's the main chick for him.
What'd he say?
Now, the crazy thing about that specific situation that you're talking about that involved the kids, and I don't know if you care or if we even really need to get into the details of it, but that same exact situation was laid out to me by someone else whom is on what I want to say the other side of the wheel. Yeah, I'm confused. I want to say the other side of the family, but maybe not. But from somebody who we weren't in the same room with. Me, you, and this person wasn't in the same room. So I'm hearing that same story from somebody else. And when you told it to me yesterday, right? When you were telling me the story, I kind of finished the story for you, and I asked you, so how do I know this? Right? Remember that part?
Right.
So it has to be some type of a truth to it, is what I'm saying.
Right. There's a whole lot of truth to it. You know, it's just sad to me that people will get more upset about exposing pedophiles than being upset about the children that are being damaged and their careers and their life is being changed forever because grown adults are more protective of adults that are hurting children. And in my mind, when you do that, when you know this is going on, you need to go to prison just like that pedophile need to go to prison.
I agree. Y'all drop $1 on the Cash App if y'all agree. I just drop a like on the video.
Comments that asked, why didn't you call the police in September?
Why didn't I call the police in September? It wasn't about me calling the police in September. It was about me establishing what was going on within that family because I don't go over there. So the information was fed to me, right? The information that was fed to me that I checked up on and confirmed. So that child, I asked her mother, well, what happened when you went to the police? And she said, well, the police did not press charges because the children was forced to change what they said had happened so he wouldn't go to jail. So I don't have no proof. I could just tell the story of what happened and how we got there.
Yeah, if the kids are not going to back it up. But now this is something else that you told me though. Now, you and this other person told me that I guess somebody asked the kids, did it really happen? And they said yes, and the reason why they lied or whatnot.
Yes, that they were being forced to change their story. So that individual wouldn't go to jail. So that mother would still have him around to help her with the 5 children that she's had by him. So they forced them babies to change the story, so he wouldn't get in trouble.
So you say all of that to say that there's a track record of them knowing detrimental shit happening and them covering it up.
This is
absolutely
crazy. I can't wait to see this trial, y'all.
When that little girl, my little cousin, confirmed what had happened with that grown man. Oh, so they over there covering stuff up. And then that's when I blew up and put it all on Facebook for everybody to know.
Oh.
They covering for sex offenders over there.
Yes, they is. Yes,
so that's why I didn't go to the police, because if my cousin took her daughter to the police station and told them, and they said, well, man, we can't do nothing because these kids are saying it didn't happen.
What?
And you got to understand, my cousin is very stern. She is of my grandmother. She grew up with our parents. My grandmother had 9 kids, so she grew up within that realm. And she was one of them ironclad grandmothers. So some of my cousin's tactics come from her.
Man, I just don't know what to say about this. This is just.
It's a mess. It really is. This
So
could have been prevented.
if you was to take a shot in the dark, right, and you was to, you know, have your theory on where she is right now, or what happened to her, what is your theory, and what does your heart tell you happened?
Ooh wee.
Yeah, that's deep. It's
I
kind of
don't know if I
messed
really
up.
want to answer that right now.
Right. It's kind of messed up to
Because
ask.
I want the best for Isaiah. I want her to be alive. I want her to be well. But they had time enough to do whatever they needed to do. If they did do something, they had time to figure out what to do. They had that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to put that on my little cousin that she's not here any longer. But it seems that way. And it seems that they had enough time to do whatever they needed to do, and now she's gone. You know what I mean? So for my family's sake, for my bloodline, you know, I love all my peoples, but this right here could have been prevented if everybody would have opened their eyes, because a lot of my family members are still sleeping. Their eyes are not open at all. This situation didn't have to happen. But now that it has happened, maybe this will have other families rethinking how they are handling pedophiles, child molestation. Maybe this is what needed to be, maybe this is what needed to happen to bring more awareness to our children being hurt by grown men and mothers and aunties hiding it and thinking it's okay, because it is not okay. It's not okay to keep passing this trauma down and down and down. It's not okay. It's not okay. This could have been prevented.
Yeah, it absolutely could have been prevented. I mean, just like every other situation that we see like this on the news, you know what I mean? And just like I said, yesterday to you, unfortunately, we all know that this is, I want to say probably not going to be the last, but we know it's not going to be the last one. You know what I mean? And
people got to wake up.
And part of the whole point of me being so involved in this, because I see the importance of exposing the corruption or the neglect in the system in regards to CPS, or even the family system, the family structure. We know there's so many things going on, and not in everybody's family, right? Now, they know it doesn't happen in everybody's family, but we know in a lot of people's families, there's that uncle or that cousin or whatever, whoever, sometimes that auntie, right? That, that has inappropriate behavior around the kids.
Yeah.
Keep the kids from around when Uncle Johnny come over type shit. You know what I mean? So as opposed to sweeping this stuff under the rug, right? We need to be proactive as opposed to reactive and wait until tragedies happen to try to run around like chickens with our heads cut off, trying to figure out what happened and why it happened and what we can do to prevent it, when we all know and see the red flags in the beginning, and we give people and give situations the benefit of the doubt as opposed to the consequence of the doubt. You know what I mean? And we end up suffering the consequences like we are right now.
Yeah.
So that was the whole point of me, like I said, just kind of involving my platform in this, because I just seen a need, you know what I'm saying? Just like any other time where I see a void, I try to fill it. So this was just, I feel like it was a need. This conversation was needed. This situation, I don't know, it's heartbreaking. It's hard to even talk about, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, has to be talked about, it has to be discussed. So, I mean, I don't know if it's what else more to say about it. You know what I mean? We need to find her. whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? We need to get some resolve to this situation. And you know, I hope, like you said, that she's somewhere safe and turn up, because you know it's crazy out here. No teenage girl need to be out here with people that it's not her family and mean her no good. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well,
anything
only her
else you
own
want to say?
family her own family didn't even save her. So her own family didn't even save her. Her own immediate family didn't even save her. They let it happen. It's their fault, and they need to go down the drain just like anybody else. And they and we family, but it is what it is. So to all them people out there that's praying for Nazia, I thank you. For all y'all that's praying and hoping that she be safe, I thank you. And for those that don't understand what's really going on, I hope you wake up, because it can happen to your loved one. It can happen to your family member. And if it is happening to your family member, be that black sheep. Speak up, because I don't care about none of my family not liking me, because I speak up on things that need to be spoke up on. I'm not scared to say nothing. So if you continue to be scared and not speak up, things will happen, and they will continue. But somebody got to break that chain. Somebody got to stop it.
Yeah, just like I told the dad.
Yeah,
about to say, just like I told the dad, I appreciate your time and your comments and sharing your thoughts and emotions on all this, because this is a wild one right here.
Yeah, and had he been a dad, and she's very, very smart. So had he been a dad, there's no telling who she could have been. Very smart, very sweet little girl. I always hugged her every time I saw her, getting A's and B's in school. I never saw any fastness in her. None. But some things I've been hearing over the last year, I heard some things.
Now, real quick before you go, because I'm seeing a reiterating statement that's flowing through the comments. How do you feel about people who feel like you are a part of what failed her, because you knew what was going on and you didn't do enough? You didn't call the police.
Well, I'm not a part of what failed her. I didn't fail her. All I did was put the story out there. I didn't even know that anything was happening between her and a grown man. I found that out just through hearing and watching. I didn't even know no parts of that, because I didn't even think that she was involved in anything like that, because of how sweet and how smart she is, and she go to school. She just didn't even seem like she was that kind of little girl. But I mean, when you got pedophiles around you and doing this and doing that, you change in a blink of an eye. So I knew nothing about that. Had I known something about that, I would have reported it. But again, we got other cousins in the family that's called police, that's called CPS on the situation. Now, CPS and the police kind of failed her. Not me. Because had I known, I would have made that call too. But I didn't know.
Man.
Well, yeah, man, I ain't gonna, like I said, I ain't gonna stress you out about it, because it's enough. It's a stressful enough a situation.
Right, but this is the thing. The person that's coming to Kenya about it is the one that needs to speak up, because Kenya has been the one that's getting the backlash behind it. But the person that's bringing it to her, Kenya is only, she looks like she's the face of it, but she's really not. She's just bold enough to speak on it.
She's just the whistleblower. She's the whistleblower.
Didn't I tell y'all she's a whistleblower?
Right. So pretty much, the messenger, and she's getting the backlash of it. But the person that
told her to let it whistleblower.
Look, is the one who should really, come out and.
I'm gonna say it like this. We're hearing it over and over and over. You feel me? And we're gonna continue to share. I told y'all, man, y'all gotta give me some lunch, man. I gotta goddamn eat, man. I be sitting up here talking to y'all all day. Y'all see, I ain't doing no drinking, because we talking about like a serious case. Now, when we come up here and have fun, then I can throw back a few. But when I'm really up here, like, I'm really interested in bringing awareness to Naziah's situation, man, because this is heartbreaking. It's sad. And if it's more children there that's going through this, man, I really want to speak up, man, and bring awareness to it. Because like I say, a lot of the time, social media, you know, when you find good platforms like One Life Family, you know, and we give it to you like this, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about when I'm up here and I'm really breaking it down for y'all with a clear thought, you know, I mean, with a clear mind and stuff like that. When we break it down and we start looking at the case for what it is, and I truly feel like there's other children. We are riding with. I mean, you know, it's crazy because you say we're riding with the family, but she ain't got no family. The family that she got done her wrong and put her in this situation didn't do nothing but hurt her, man. It's saddening, but I'm glad that I be listening. And honestly, I'm trying to. I like tapping. I got a good audience, man. One Life, y'all like super cool, man. But like, I be sitting up getting ready to watch it for myself, and you know what I'm saying. So I can be educated. I'm like, you know what? Let me watch it with the One Life family. I know a lot of y'all probably seen it, but I know a lot of people probably haven't seen it. Or if you have seen it, maybe you know you caught bits and pieces. I don't know. I know I hadn't had a chance to see a lot of it, so I be playing it so that I can be on point come Thursday. So y'all, we can tap in every day in the morning, or you know, and just learn a little bit. So that way, when it come Thursday, everybody on One Life, we up the park because we've been watching it together, we've been learning together. I listen to what y'all saying in the comments, you know, and we converse on it. I pull up the videos that y'all be telling me about. I've learned a lot from watching, bro. You feel me? You learning the case as well. Yeah, I'm learning it. The first cousin called in was Kenya, and the one talking now is Roxy. That's Roxy talking. I like that. Let me hear that, Roxy. Roxy be going off.
Say something, and they're probably not going to, and no shade to them. But at the same time, Kenya is the one that's getting the backlash of it, and she really shouldn't. So now people looking at her crazy, talking about how come you didn't say nothing and you knew something. No, she didn't.
Because I guess, right, like if somebody was to say something, somebody was to call CPS or mention anything, you know, and they go over there and they are painting this picture that, you know what I'm saying, they the Huxtables over there, you know what I mean? With no other, you know, indication. But then there's the breakdown in the system, right? Because if the grandmother lost her kids to CPS, and how does she even have?
Exactly. We had a brand new cousin that was in foster care that got found. She took her daughter over there for the first time. And her daughter came back and told her mama that the pedophile man that everybody is talking about approached her and told her and asked this little girl, I think she 11, 12, 13, somewhere around there, asked her to perform fellatio on him. And she went back, and that was her first time going over there. That was reported. What did CPS do? Nothing. What did DPS do? Nothing. This shit has been reported.
So the focal point of this is really to break down in the system, right? Because the family tried, like, because here's my thing, like, I'm a testament of this, and this is the reason why some of this hit so home with me, because I'm doing the same thing with no results, or you know what I'm saying? Relying on the system, you know, with somebody who painted themselves to be something completely different than
exactly.
What she really
we supposed to be able to rely on them. What the fuck we paying y'all taxes for? Y'all ain't even doing y'all goddamn job. But everybody want to jump on her, which is pissing me off, because the person that's bringing the information to her need to go ahead and lay the shit on the floor and stop using Kenya to get the goddamn backlash of it all. She just put it out there because nobody else wanted to step up to the plate and say nothing about it. But she did. But it's been reported to CPS and DPS, and they ain't did shit about it at all. But now that Ziya is coming up missing, now shit hitting the fan. Now everybody want to scurry around and try and give Kenya the backlash of it and say, oh, you knew. No, she didn't know. Because if she was balls enough to put that shit on Facebook and address Annette by name, if she would have known, she probably would have whooped her goddamn ass right then and there and took all them kids up out that house if she would have known. Because that's just how she get down, straight up. She wouldn't allow no shit like that.
Yeah, my type of people right here. Where they at?
Not that one.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
She would have had a whole goddamn squad over there. So she did not know, but she did what she found out from somebody else who is the source that's reporting shit, knew and know a whole lot more. That's who coming to her.
So y'all, right? You came in the door waving the flag of, hey, we are the extended family.
Yes.
Right? So there are people that are in the immediate family that are secretly giving us, right,
Yes,
through the
the
Underground
people that's in
Railroad.
the immediate family, that know what's going on right now, and that's been knowing what's going on for the past 40 years, is coming to Kenya and giving Kenya the information. And Kenya is the one that's putting it on Facebook to let it be known.
For the past 40 years, he was made out of incest.
She is talking to them. Now, I don't know if the police has contacted her or not. Probably not, because she don't necessarily have no, evidence to give on them. It's just what she's hearing from the immediate family source. My mama, well, that's out. She just putting it out.
Man, this lady said for the last 40 years. We can't act like we didn't just hear this lady say for the last 40 years. Didn't I tell y'all this been going on a long time before he was born? I told y'all, look, that's why that lady said it's going to uncover years of abuse. This lady just said over 40. So that means this stuff been happening to him since he was 2 years old. Pay attention, y'all. That's why I like watching stuff. Child one like, we ain't going to miss a beat. Crazy. Hold on.
Somebody else in the family know about it. That's why she putting it on Facebook, to make it aware. Hey, this is what's going on.
Right. Well, so people is looking at it like she's like
she the one that right, exactly. Like she ain't saying nothing, but she's the one to speak up and put it out there. She don't know that none of this shit is going on. They coming to her and having her get the backlash of it all, because they the one motherfuckers that's hiding behind the curtain. Because they know that she don't give a damn about what nobody got to say. And she getting the backlash of it because they don't want to speak up about it. But them, the ones that's in the immediate family, is the ones that's bringing it to her, and she bringing it to everybody else's attention, like how you are doing. Bringing it to everybody else's attention. That they might as well say, oh, well, Mark got something to do with it. They'll say your ass knows something, or you ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the scenario is. It's not that she knew what was going on and she ain't reported and she ain't called the police and all of that shit like that. She bringing awareness to the situation. She only seeing what's being brought to her and what she actually confirmed. And she's telling them, you need to go to the police. We've been telling them, go to the police and say something. The victims that it's been happening to, aside from the Ziyah, they don't want to go to the goddamn police because they that goddamn scared.
Dang.
We telling them this is the time. We have been telling them this is the time. It don't matter how long ago it happened to you. This is the time for you to come forth and say it. It don't matter how long ago it was. It don't matter if you was a child. It don't matter if you was an adult. If it happened to you by one of these people, by Annette, by Shannon, by Marquita, i.e. Shannon and Marquita are the twins. If they did something to you, this is the time for you to speak up and say it. It doesn't matter how long it's been. Speak up and say something.
Whoa.
Man.
Whoa. Hey, see, that's what I like about this lady. She be telling it. Now lately she done got a little comfortable. She be flying them out. But y'all what I'm saying? She said the mama, the twin sisters, the mama and the twin sisters, I am one of them. See what I'm saying? That's why I said I wouldn't be surprised. Is that the one that loaned him the car? I'm telling y'all. But see, she throwing him these parties. Yeah. See what I'm saying though? That's why this stuff is crazy. But like she said, during the hearing, his sister said she's aware of 8 minors that he abused, but she didn't want to name them. I thought she said she was aware of 8 children. She said she knew 8 of his kids, but she didn't want to name the kids that she knew. But that's what she said. She knew about 8 of his kids. But it was a baby mama he met at the shop. Nah, that ain't the one let him use the car. The baby mama let him use it. Nah, the baby mama was at the shop, said she was getting her car looked at. Right? Ain't Shannon, I know she the one threw him their birthday party. But all this stuff make it look like they all is in cahoots with this stuff. It look like they all in cahoots, y'all. My personal opinion.
And the rabbit hole gets deeper, man. What the fuck?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's what that is.
Yeah, I guess you cleared that up pretty pretty nice.
I had to. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it no more. I could not on that one. Not on that one. Y'all not gonna do it on that one. Sorry. Sorry.
Dig that. Well, I appreciate your your clarification and your validation in the situation. What you say your name was? V? Something with a V.
Rossi.
Oh no, you Rossi. That was the last caller. Well, yeah.
Yep.
We gonna keep it moving, sister. Like I said, open up the phone lines and see what everybody else got to say. I appreciate you calling in and chiming in on tonight.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Man, this one hell of a story, ain't it, y'all? 313-723-0481. The call-in line is right there on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, man. Call and let me know how you feel about this one, or if any of the family members from either side, I wanted to say would make it better, which it wouldn't, but give us some more clarification on what's really the deal with this whole situation, because Shay said she ain't cleared up, but it did sound good. I would be outside the police station with my kid about the family like Malcolm, man. And that's I guess come on, y'all. Can I be sarcastic without saying that I'm being sarcastic? Like, come on, y'all. Don't throw me under the bus. Now here y'all go throwing me under the bus. Where the bus at? Here y'all go throwing me under the bus. Gauge the situation with their eyes, and if they don't see anything, then there's nothing to be reported for the most part. You know what I mean? So I mean, how far could the situation could have been resolved if they are presenting one thing and sweeping all of the dirt under the rug? You know what I mean? Because from what the last caller just said, you know, they did report it. You know what I mean? It was to the point where
But yeah, One Life. Hold on. It was a lot of information though, One Life, my bad. But it's a lot of information that they just came out and said, man, that we got to go back over. And yeah, we've been watching the trials too. I mean, a lot of people have been watching the trials. We've been catching it on here. But yeah, y'all definitely got to watch the trials. I got to watch some more of it. But I done caught pretty much most of the preliminary. Exactly. Everybody is pointing the finger at each other. And like the lady was just saying, you know, a Facebook post ain't enough to put it on Facebook. But then again, you got people who are reporting it, they covering it up, you know. But I want everybody, you know what I'm saying, to take time and tap into it. Y'all, I got to do my, you know, I'm gonna watch some more of the tribe and stuff like that. Grab me something to eat, and we'll get back to it. One Life. Don't forget, man, if y'all want to help me out on some Zaxby's, man, y'all hit me on my Cash App. We're gonna get back to it. We're gonna do this thing real big, man, and just kind of inform ourselves, make ourselves aware of the situation and the things that was going on with Ziyah, man, and more so importantly, man, we gotta put this stuff together, because even if she is unalive, which I mean, like I say, I'm not here to determine that. Where is she? You know. One Life family, I thank y'all for pulling up and rocking with me, man. Love y'all, and I will catch y'all